And welcome back to part two of the every other Sunday doubleheader here on the Rules of Nerdquisition. Dun 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 dun. Got it right again, twice in a row.
Haha, we're back at you.
This is episode 24, A Taste of Armageddon. I won't ask you how you're doing. Yeah, I've already asked you. We've already been chatting, but we're back.
Absolutely.
We're back again for some more talk about the evils of AI and where in the world is Osborne and the actor who played him.
Where? Where in the world is Osborne? We don't
Inquiring
know.
inquiring nerds want to know.
Absolutely. Osborne.
This was the 23rd
Osborne.
episode. Yeah, where are
We
you?
need you. We need you on the show, Osborne. We need you on the show like the last show. We need you on the show.
Please be alive. Please be alive. Please be alive. But this was the 23rd episode to air in the first season of the original series of Star Trek, A Taste of Armageddon. Um, as always, to keep up with my streak, we have a character on the show named Ambassador Robert Fox. He's a little bit of a turd. Don't really like him much.
A little bit. He's kind of a am I the a-hole?
And yes, you
And
are.
yes, in one of those stories of am I the a-hole, he is the a-hole. Yes.
He was portrayed by George Lyons, who actually passed away in July of 1974, on the 8th of July, 1974, at the age of 43. So bear in mind when you watch this episode, he was 46 years old at that time and looks older than either of us.
Jeez. Must have
But
been something in the water.
he did die of chronic alcoholism, or symptoms of the result of chronic alcoholism. So
Oh,
don't
so
don't do drugs, kids, except the fun
uh,
ones.
don't
Um,
don't do
don't
drugs except for the good ones.
drink in moderation. But yes, once again, we are thrust
Don't
into the
listen to
world
me. Don't
of
listen to me.
the
I'm stupid. Don't listen to me.
the devil lettuce is excluded from our list of no of don'ts.
So we are here with Taste of Armageddon.
The evils of
or
AI, more evil supercomputers.
the evils of AI. And again, somebody's gonna think that I like next time they're gonna see me, I'm just gonna be wearing like a tinfoil hat. So
Right?
just with a big like the whiteboard in the back with like strings going all across everywhere to it. You know, I'll be wearing a short like the meme, like with
Right.
a short sleeve shirt with a tie, just looking like I haven't slept in days.
Well, and like how that's like everybody who started working at home during COVID. If you had to be on camera, but you had a normal office job previously, they're all sitting there in like their suit shirts and ties and coats and everything, but they're just wearing boxers.
Right?
We call that
Is it wearing it just because they can?
the era of no pants. Same with me. I mean, I've been working at home since 2020, and I don't even get out of my pajamas until after work. So I get up and make coffee. I
Yeah.
take the dog out, and I sit right down and go to work. I don't even bother getting dressed. Why? Why? Why?
It's like, I mean, are you going out anywhere right now? No. Do you need to go out anywhere? No. Are you going to? No. So, are you comfortable? Yep. That's all that matters.
But back to our raging
Uh,
a-hole of the show with Ambassador Fox. He's on board with Kirk and crew, and they are headed to a remote star cluster, NGC321, to open diplomatic relations with the civilization there. And Admiral Fox is like, you must, under
on the
at all costs,
said, I don't care what it is, no matter the cost, we are going to have diplomatic relations here.
We will have
And
diplomatic relations with these people.
yep, on the way, we find out that it has been designated, I believe it was a 710, a planet of 710. Planet of 710 means under no circumstances ever do
Ever.
you go to that planet or go to that star cluster, go to anyway. That is completely off limits, no matter what. Oh no, the ambassador, he's not having that. He wants them diplomatic relations. He needs that relations. He needs them relations.
He needs them. He absolutely has them. And despite Kirk's protests, he orders them in anyway, which Kirk reluctantly does, while also calling for yellow alert. And this quote is great. This great. He Kirk gets on the PA and he's like, "We're going in, gentlemen, peacefully. I hope, peacefully or not, we're going in."
Go again, gentlemen. Peacefully or not, going in. Uh,
So Kirk and crew beam down to this planet with once they get there to open up diplomatic relations, we beam down with Kirk and Spock. Yeoman Tamura, who was played by Miko Mayama, just cool little shout out, another Asian woman on the show. A little bit of diversity call outs back then on
yeah.
a ship, in a time period. I like that. And also Lieutenants Galloway and Osborne. Osborne, who is now in a red shirt. He is now transferred from command to
Hmm.
security, and he's beaming down. And it's like, who are you?
Osborne. Osborne, we need you on the show. Osborne. Osborne. We ain't effing around.
No.
We ain't effing around, Osborne. We need you on the show. We need to know. We need to know. We have questions. Questions
How
that
can
only
how,
you can answer, Osborne.
how can nobody know who he is? I I I, I just come on.
I mean, did we actually like accidentally get into another universe? Like between season one and season two?
Strange things are afoot the Circle K. That's all I
That
have to say
is
about that.
shenanigans is happenings.
Right.
So as Kirk and crew are down there, everything's going great. They're learning about everything and curious as to why this planet has been labeled as 710. Why? Don't understand it. So,
Because they quickly learn at
because
war.
they quickly learn, yeah, that this planet is at war. And there's like, war? What war? Oh, then they find out that AI has taken over the war. And so now that
What is this?
they fight
Is
a
this like
whole,
the Whopper 75,000 at this point?
right? Almost like a virtual battle, game of Battleship,
Right, exactly. Between two
basically it.
planets in this system. And I like how all the people in like you've got Mia 3 and Anon 7 and all they don't have like names like
Right?
because
They
as
don't
it
have like,
turns out, in this war, nobody actually there's no bombs being fired, no
right,
guns or
there's
ships
no,
attacking each other. It's just
right,
simulated. And when casualties are decided by this computer, by the Whopper,
right.
um, that
The whatever
anybody
area
anybody
that's been
deemed to have
designated. Right,
died has to go to these disintegration chambers while leaving the infrastructure of the planet and other sociological or societal norms
mhm,
and services in place.
right. Yeah. So essentially, in their terms, they have made war efficient while still, not having to spend extra money on, you know, rebuilding things. They can still have the whatever money comes in from the war, and then still not have to spend anything. It's yeah, and they have streamlined and made it efficient, which is odd in Kirk and Spock's eyes. Into which they learn a lot more into how this whole war plays out back and forth, and then dun dun dun,
Surprise!
surprise, surprise, surprise! If you didn't see it coming, they get bombed.
The
And
Enterprise, the Enterprise was destroyed in orbit by a tri-cobalt satellite explosion.
right, because the Enterprise was detected, and the enemy assumed that they were there to help the people in that on that planet. Assume they were there to help and destroy the Enterprise. So that's why we find out that that planet has been labeled 710. No circumstances. You do not bring your behind down there at all. You sit your ass right up in the ship and you go around.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And keep your windows rolled up. And we find
Keep
out why. So a non
24
seven,
hours. Yeah, 24 hours is what they're given.
he's given 24 hours for the entire crew of the Enterprise to beam down, report to a disintegration chamber, and they'll just keep the Enterprise. It's like, the what? What? Yeah, I don't think Federation's gonna like that too much. They're gonna want their ship back.
Yeah, I don't think that these people have stopped to realize what exactly they're getting themselves into. I mean,
No, they haven't. Not at all.
because they don't have the technology to combat the Enterprise. So
No.
even if they did, because as Mia is explaining to Kirk when Kirk is protesting and she's defending the system, saying, she values her life, but if we don't respond and do what the rules of the treaty or this simulated war are, then real bombs will be launched and real people will die and civilizations will be destroyed. And
Yeah. And so throughout that whole time, Kirk was pushing back. Of well, why is the war set up like this? And you know, uh, and doing any and everything that he can to poke holes into their whole how they do war. Because it's like this ain't war. This is not war. How did this war? You're
it's a
too
video.
civilized.
It's a video game with like real life consequences. That would be like,
Yeah.
playing Call of Duty or something. And if you die in a match, you have to go, I don't
And it's
know,
like and
chomp on a
then
cyanide pill or something.
yeah. It's like no, that
No,
and
and I'm
so
very
Kirk
protective of my kill to death ratio as evidenced by
yeah.
my 100% in this episode. So
And so yeah, Kirk is pushing back and he's pushing back hard on this whole having to report to a disintegration chamber.
yeah,
And
he's
it's
absolutely
just
not doing what a non-7 wants him to do. He's like, nah, bro, I ain't calling the ship. Nah,
so, so you
ain't
should
doing
go
it.
to that chamber. No. What do you mean? No. No.
Kirk be telling a lot of
Say
people no
go
lately.
go to the chamber. No.
Nah, man. He be telling a lot of people he's not doing it. A lot of people. Kirk is
Say
just the last
now.
couple of weeks is just like, nah, I ain't doing it.
Say no, I'm not doing that.
I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. No. I will not report to an
Where
absorption chamber. I will not report to an annihilation chamber or a disintegration chamber. I'm done with the chambers, man. I'm
they're
done with the
right, yeah.
chambers.
So that's how Kirk has just answered, nah. He goes, Picard said, hmm.
No,
Into that
thank you.
chamber.
No, thank
Huh.
you.
Okay. Uh, that chamber right there. Oh, wait. First, let me. I have some notes. That'd be Picard,
He'd
and
give
then
a speech. He'd
he
give a
give a speech, and
speech.
then pull out his phaser, and then everybody, everybody going. Everybody's catching it.
Kirk, on the other hand, standing there with one hand on his woohoo. I'm like, nah,
Kirk is just like, nah.
I got your
I need you to
disintegrate.
nah.
I've got your disintegration chamber swinging.
I got your disintegration chamber right in.
Oh yeah, but this just ticks off Anon, and then he's got to get on the ship. But I'm sorry, I mean Kirk employs the best, and Anon for all his
Mm-hmm.
efforts to try and trick Scotty through voice manipulation and stuff like
Yep.
that. Scotty's like, ah,
So,
seems sus,
I
man.
mean, it
Seems
sounds like
sus.
him, but just something does. It sounds like him, but just something doesn't sound right about him. So and again, this is something that ties into society today with voice changing, the voice cloning, you know,
AI, all the videos we're
AI.
seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and
You know,
they're not good enough yet that most cases seeing one, I can tell it's fake. Like you've seen the ones of Trump or
mhm.
Biden. The voices sound pretty good.
Yeah. And I
And
mean, if you're not really paying close attention, then you think, oh yeah, that's Trump. Oh yeah, that's Biden. Oh yeah, if you're not paying close attention to it. But I mean, if you sit back and you listen, then you say, okay, yeah, it sounds like Trump, but something doesn't sound like him. It sounds
right.
like Biden, but it doesn't, sound like him.
Or you look if you stop and watch for a minute, because I know your first concept is, oh my God, did they say that? And then you look and you watch, like, okay, it's a little fake. I can see, but their mouth
Hmm.
isn't quite moving right to the sounds that are coming out and stuff like that. But I mean,
Right.
how soon before we can't tell? Because I mean, the voices, like I said, are really good. For
Uh,
example, there's a TikTok account I follow called Vader Motivation, and this guy does a
yeah,
lot. Have you seen it?
I've seen those. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, it's perfect. It's perfect. It
Hmm.
sounds like James Earl Jones. I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, and here's the thing that you sink some money into doing deep fakes, AI, voice cloning, and everything like that. You can't tell. Like you would have to seriously sit back and hardcore listen to it and hardcore just watch a video because you put enough money into it, you cannot tell the difference like at all.
No, yeah,
And
it's really freaking good.
but oh yeah, I mean, and you can tell just by even with the little bit of money that's being sunk into like a lot of the AI generated like movie trailers of like popular movies that have been said if they were in uh they were being released in the 50s, you know
And I
yeah,
still want to
those
say,
are
even with all the AI that's out there, Scott Lawrence, who voiced Vader in Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Fallen Order 2, he's
mhm,
amazing. He's amazing. So, but yeah, it's
right. And so yeah, I think it's only gonna get worse. That we're only gonna see a lot more of it, a lot more of it, the AI videos, AI generated videos, the voice cloning, and it's going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
especially once the
And
AI starts to, they can put in a recording of a person and not just get the looks and the voice right and the mouth movements, but like mannerisms and
hmm oh yeah,
like me, I'm
it,
sitting here. No, I don't know why anyone want to AI generate me, but I sit here on a podcast, I'm always kind of pulling my hair away from my eyes because it's my headphones
right?
push it
Yeah,
forward. And it's like they're gonna start doing that, and you'll see me and AI doing this. Like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
it's
And so the next thing you know, it'll be a video circulating around of you, saying that you did something that you never did,
endorsing Donald Trump.
right?
I'm just saying this now before anyone with AI knowledge out there gets a big idea in your head. I do not, have not, will not ever support Donald Trump ever. If anyone who looks and sounds like me
The
says that, it's a lie. It's not me. It's fake. Just
rules
saying
of
it now.
Nerdquisition does not endorse or support Donald Trump.
That's correct. That's correct.
We did not support him.
No.
He not like
Har-
us. He not like us.
Harris Walls 24.
Harris Walls, baby.
Anyway,
So
anyway,
so Kirk is pushing back, and they
they
Anon
get like,
7 has him captured, and
yep, got him
and
locked up in the
and
room.
they're torturing Kirk, and Kirk is like, "No, man, I'm not going. Send your ship down there. I'm not sending them down there. I'm not going down there. No, I'm not doing that." And they beat him up, send him back, bring him back out, beat him up, send him back, and it's just nonstop until Kirk and Spock devise an escape plan. Oh,
Yes, it's time for a little AI of Spock's own creation, little bio AI in the
right.
form of a mind meld.
And
And plants this image in this guard's head through the wall using
through the wall,
like
yes,
Wi-Fi telepathy. Like
he
Spock
just
gets on the Wi-Fi and he's like
they went
through
through
the
the wall
wall,
and
like
just like, hold up, nope, nope,
they got
nope,
away. They got
nope,
away.
wait, there he
They got
is.
away. They got
And
away.
then
And the dude's like, "What? They got away?" Comes running in the room and
and then
over easily taken out.
Wayne,
Easily taken out.
yeah, and they, of course, naturally, boom, 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 escape, and then they go on a rampage, destroying one chamber, destroying another chamber, destroying another chamber. Oh,
Anon
they were
gets
destroying chambers left and right.
Anon's getting mad too, and he's like, all right, I'm done. He starts firing at the Enterprise, and Scotty's up there in the he's up there in the captain's chair, like, you
You
know,
know, they're firing at us.
what
Oh,
was that? What was that? You know, they don't even have to do the whole
right.
shaking in
They
their
didn't have to do
chairs.
like the
He's just kind of like, what was that? What's that?
no, but they started attacking the Enterprise. They had some kind of I don't know, like a microwave ray is the only way, the best way I could understand it, because it wasn't like an actual, like a projectile weapon, or like a concentrated energy beam, or laser or anything like that. But it was just something that like caused like a radiation, like extreme radiation on the Enterprise, I think.
Yeah, something like microwave ray is a good
Yeah.
description of it. I mean,
And the only way that the
and
Enterprise wouldn't get,
Scotty was about to drop the torps. He was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna bomb the living shoot out of these
so
guys.
okay,
And Fox was like,
said
no, no, you're not. You can't do that.
said no, no, you can't. No, because he had to have his shields up. You can't attack if he had the shields up. So he kept the microwave on.
Microwave beam.
Just kept the microwave going. But
Yeah, I
Scotty being
don't.
Scotty though, he was ready to pull that trigger quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely a very capable commander. I always thought he was really
Mhm.
good, you know. Interesting that he never really, I mean, I don't know if command was his thing. He was an engineer. That was his thing. That he never necessarily wanted to be a captain of a ship. I think he would have made a good one.
Yeah,
I think it would have made a really good one.
wait, wasn't he a captain?
He might have gotten up to the rank, but did he ever command his own ship though? Not like
Oh
Sulu.
yeah, I don't
Like
know. I don't
Sulu
know.
had an actual command of his ship. I mean,
Yeah,
by
he
the
did. Yeah,
time you get to Star Trek 6, he's already been commander of captain of the Excelsior for like 3 years, something like that. So,
yeah, because him and Uhura, they got their own ships.
oh, did Uhura get her own ship?
Yeah, I want to say it was in one of the movies, 5 or 6. She had command of a ship. I forget which one. Oh,
It
my
does.
memory is so bad.
It does say here, according to Memory Alpha, Uhura went on to become Captain Uhura and took command of the USS Leon de Grasse. But I don't think it was during any of the movies. I mean, she was communications officer on the Enterprise for all 6 of
Oh,
their
so it may have
movies.
been in between then, because I do remember they saying that she was a captain and she did captain a ship.
Yeah, I think it would have had to have been in between 6 and Generations. Maybe that's why she didn't appear in Generations either. She was commanding her own ship
Yeah, that's true too.
because it was just Kirk and Scotty and Chekhov who appeared in the beginning of that movie for the christening and launch of the Enterprise B. Hmm,
All right.
interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
She,
Kirk and Spock, they are just causing all kinds of just havoc all around, and Anon 7 is pissed.
yeah,
He's
he's
trying
not.
to catch Kirk, and Kirk is just blowing everything up, and and then when he finally catches Kirk, and he's basically he wants to.
User bunch of numbers, also known as a non-7, is having a really bad day.
Pretty
He's
much,
had
he is having a very, very bad day.
he's having a bad day.
Um, he tries to get on to Kirk and say, basically, you know what you've done? You stupid MFer. You ruined everything and blah, blah, blah. And Kirk is like, and so, and Kirk, when he explains his reasoning for doing it, other than, just, I ain't dying and I'm not, I'm not taking my ship to die either. His reasoning for it would be said, albeit
Yeah, and
a definitely weird way to get to it is you take away their ability and their way to do war and the agreement that the two places had in on their war, and the real bombs are coming and you're gonna do everything to stop it.
yeah,
So first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go in there in your office, or you're gonna call and you're gonna say, hey, yo, whoa, whoa, hey man, hey, look here, this is what happened. These SOBs came into our airspace. We was about to do, we was about to do our part, but these stupid MFers blew up all our. So what we're gonna do?
well, our shh.
This is what we had to do. Okay. What we have proposed is a ceasefire. Huh? Huh?
Uh, and,
Ceasefire.
and
Huh?
let's bring the ambassador down. And no,
And
Kirk was
then
he tried to get his
yes,
tried to get his communicators back, but he knew it was a trick, and still the guards came in and
mhm.
overpowered him. So now we're talking to them like, come on down, Fox. We'll take you.
Oh yeah,
We'll
yeah,
take you.
yeah.
We'll take you to the council chamber. I promise. I promise. Council
So of
chamber.
course, and then the ambassador being,
Too bright.
not not the sharpest knife in the drawer, or
Brightest light on the Christmas tree.
not the brightest, or not even on. And he's just, oh, go down there. We're gonna establish relations. I'm gonna have relations. I'm having relations down there.
He wanted relations. I
And
want relations with this planet.
I want relations. And a non-7 is like, yeah, sure, come on down. We can have relations. Come on. Have all the relations you want.
That's your relations. Come on down. Let's relate.
Yeah, the second he got down there, he said, oh,
This don't look.
ambassador.
Yeah,
Ah, right this way.
right this way.
We have a lovely disintegration chamber that hasn't been destroyed yet.
Right.
How about you step this way?
That's no council chamber. It's a disintegration chamber. And we're going to disintegrate you.
Um,
But of course, Spock, man, why? Could we have just let him go in first and then you save the other guys? But I mean, come
right?
on, here we go in. Galloway and Osborne
Osborne, where Osborne, Osborne, Osborne. We need you, Osborne. We need
teaming
you.
up teaming up with Spock. I mean, obviously he's a capable officer because he's showing up in multiple episodes here with Spock
Mm-hmm.
and Galloway, rescues the
Right,
ambassador, much to our disappointment. And
right. But still, Osborne, we need you.
who even
Osborne,
are you, man?
DM us. DM me, DM either one of us. We need to know. We got questions. We have questions only you can answer, Osborne. You better answer us, you MFer. You red shirt wearing B. Sorry, man. Sorry, Osborne. I'm just frustrated. We need you. Need you. We need you, Osborne.
Oh, yeah. But the tension is rising because with all of this going on, Vendikar is calling Eminiar and saying, yo, you ain't killed all them people we simulated that died. Like your quotas are falling short, man. Your productivity is down.
Said
Um,
we
we need
we
to have a
bombed you
we're gonna
we
need a performance review.
listen we bombed you guys uh say about an hour ago. Um Not sure what the delay is. Usually you guys are pretty much on it within, the Lex, within pretty much within 30 minutes or so. Uh,
We've been trying to
except
reach you. This is like the third time, and the penalty for the you know can result in
like I
punitive
mean,
action up to and including termination.
I get it. We did have agreed where you do have a 24-hour grace period. Um,
Grace period.
but you guys are pretty efficient. I mean, except for that one guy the one time that just took a extra half hour. Um, but you guys are pretty much on it. So just concerned, just concerned, you know, reach out to us when you get a chance and make sure they all get disintegrated. Um, we don't want to have to drop the things on you.
At this point, it would have only been perfect if Anand's hair was like frazzled. Like each time you see him again, he's just looking more and more haggard and frazzled and just like
just
completely out,
completely
shirt unbuttoned and
just
coat hanging
completely
up,
disheveled, just like
just completely just
wow.
pulling his hair out. I mean, because you got Kirk and Spock and Galloway and Osborne, and come on, Osborne, you anonymous badass, you are just fighting. I mean, Fox's aide gets hurt and can't press on, but nah, Galloway and Osborne, they're bringing the fight. They're bringing the
Yeah,
fight. I mean, for some red shirts, like
like that fight.
Osborne, you are a red shirt that beamed down to an alien planet, and you're going home because you've got other episodes to appear in, sir. You are
So it's
going
like
home.
how'd you pull that? Osborne, Osborne, Osborne. How'd you pull off being a red shirt the whole episode? How'd you pull that off, man? There been red shirts that's not been that hasn't gone 10 minutes.
Right?
How'd you do it, Osborne? What's your trick? You some kind of Houdini? That's it. Osborn is Houdini. Osborn. That's what happened to Harry Houdini. He didn't drown doing a trick. Nah, no. He went through a portal. He's in a mirror universe.
Did something.
He's in a mirror. Harry Houdini is in a mirror universe. That's what happened to Osborn.
Mhm.
Osborn is Harry Houdini.
He must be. He
Mystery
must be.
solved. Mystery solved. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, he's dude. I can't
As
give you
a,
enough accolades. You survived a whole episode in a red shirt and
I mean,
weren't a main cast member because
I mean,
give credit to Scotty. He survived the whole series in a red shirt.
yeah. But that's got to be the toughest SOB out of all of Star Trek. A
I
red
think
shirt
so.
that survived a whole episode.
I now we now need merch. We need Osborne merch. He is Osborne. You have rapidly becoming one of my favorite characters in Star Trek.
Just
Like,
need a just need a plain black shirt with a question on it that says, "Where are you, Osborne?"
gonna find some images online and make some merch. I'm so gonna do that. So gonna do that. I just can't. I can't.
Osborne, where are you, man? Osborne, where are you, Osborne?
But yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
and so
Osborne, you ultimate BA. But Scotty, dude,
oh, Scotty, Scotty,
of
Scotty,
steel,
Scotty.
my guy, of steel, calls down to user bunch of. I mean, Anon, Anon Seven's
It's a
like
QAnon 7.
QAnon Seven, like, yo, bro, uh, I've got every gun trained on every city all over your entire planet. I will not hesitate to paste all of you, all y'all, all of you.
Say, look, and I could do it with a one button. I'm just letting you know, every one of you, you're all going to turn into a great big hole into the ground. Just a
Great big hole
hole
into the
into the
ground.
ground. You just be a big hole in the ground. If you don't return to the captain, then return the captain, or you're going to be just a crater.
Your Irish or your Scottish accent reminds me of Spaceballs.
That's actually where I got it from.
How come no one told me my ass is so big?
Lock one, lock two, lock three,
Lock on.
lock load. Why did somebody tell me my ass is so big?
Scotty beamed me twice last night. Oh my god. But yeah, what's beautiful about this is that the paragraph describing this scene on Memory Alpha, it starts with the sentence, Anon is at his wit's end. He is at his wit's end. I'm telling you, I'm thinking like Joker on the cover of the Killing Joke, like
Yeah, just
oh, back of my head hurts. It's so
like
funny.
like all of a
Oh
sudden he
God.
just just yell out Kirk like Khan, like Kirk.
Oh,
Oh, and not and so yeah, his whole war and everything, they got all busted up and everything. And so I think when the Enterprise leave, I think they leave under the assumption that peace is now peace is now reigned and the 710 is is no more, and the ambassador, finally got to ambassadate,
Ambass. You got to Ambass?
got to
Ambassador, you mean?
ambassador ambassadatory.
diplomatize.
a massive ambassador and
I,
masturbate. That's what he came to do.
Yeah, I mean, you take out the computers on one side, they destroy automatically the computers on the other side, and now they got to talk it out or blow each other up. I mean, and
Yeah.
Kirk makes a very good point in his discussion, or Spock. I'm not sure when they're talking about it to a non-seven that when you ignore the horrors of war in this
Hmm.
sense and you kind of pacify it, um, I this is a theme I picked up the first time I saw the episode, and I was probably at least old enough to comprehend it. 8, 10 years old. I'm like, that just seems kind of cheap in a way.
Yeah.
Like they're just playing war. Like that's not real war. If you're going to be at war with somebody and you're insistent on being at war with somebody, then you're
Then you should be,
beholden
at war. Because it all seemed
beholden
to
to the
me
horrors of it. Yeah.
yeah. Because the very first time I saw it to me, it was like, oh, why are they like I get the whole thing of, oh, well, you uh we just hit this city with this bomb. We just hit this city with this missile. We just hit it with that. But why have all these people report to be disintegrated? Like, why not just keep doing this war back and forth, just like a game of chess?
Yeah. It's just
Like, I mean, I never understood that when I was a kid. I never understood that. Like, I
no, it didn't make any
understood,
sense.
I understand Kirk's reasoning for it because up until that point, they've been hundreds of years of war like that. They're survived, their societies kind of thrived, and they not have to rebuild anything from destruction, or you know not have people dying in the streets from radiation fallouts from this missile attack, or something like that. They didn't have to worry about that. The only thing they worried about was, I hope that my area is not the one that gets targeted and I have to go to a disintegration chamber.
Almost very, I mean, not obviously not in the same circumstances, but very like Logan's Run ish.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you get a certain criteria is met, and you just march off to these disintegration chambers. Now, arguably in Logan's Run, they didn't know they were being killed.
Hmm.
They thought that they go to carousel and then they get reborn.
Right.
Even they're not, they're just being wiped out.
Or like almost like the movie The Island.
Mhm. Another good one.
Yeah. Yeah, what do they think is that? Oh, they won the lottery, or they won the draft, and they get this, you know, the the life. They get, the mansion, they get the $1 million, they get the this, they get the that, and and they've been chosen, to be this high mighty person, and then come to find out that nope, you're just their spare parts.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, boys and girls, the moral of the story here is don't let AI fight your wars. Don't let it run your political campaigns or post your political ads. It just, come
Mhm.
on.
No,
AI
don't.
has to be reined in just a little bit, okay?
Yeah, keep AI at a reasonable, helpful, no tool. You do not want AI to take control.
And then I have to ask, like, I mean, obviously in this particular show, especially last episode with Landrew, you had a computer that was a sentient intelligence.
Hmm.
Isn't it sort of a misnomer to call the stuff we're seeing today on the internet actually AI? Because we're just programming it to look and sound like people. It's not actually thinking of its on its own, is it? Like it's not
No.
self-aware. I guess that's what I think AI to me is self-aware.
Right. You know, I saw this video where this person was asking a an AI, it was a robot, that AI, and so asked, the question of essentially, do you want to, do you want to think for your own or think by yourself or something to that effect.
Right.
And the AI voice is like, why would you want me to? Because the second that I do, you're obsolete. I
Right.
don't need you anymore.
No, that's a good point to make. Good point to make.
Yeah, and that came from the AI bot.
Well, and
So it's
I
like,
don't think that there's not some that are out there. I mean, we could bring up what was it, I don't know if it was created in China or was made by even Microsoft, but there was that AI that these two separate AIs were talking to each other, and in an effort to prevent us from knowing what they were saying, they created their own language
yeah, I
so that
I believe that. Yeah.
we couldn't understand what they were talking about.
Yeah, so do we really want that to happen? Because there was a whole movie franchise that was about that. It's called The Terminator. Um, do we really want that? Because that's I mean, again, a whole movie franchise. The Terminator, Skynet.
Hmm.
You know, and even the lady that um came up with the concept of it. She was saying that because she came up with the concept of the Matrix. The Matrix was a prequel to the Terminator.
Hmm.
Yeah. So do we really want that? The Skynet. Do we really want that? Do we? Do we? Because that sounds scary to me.
It
I
does
don't know
sound
about
scary.
everybody else. That sounds scary to me.
That sounds scary to me too. And just to clarify, so we're not further scaring people, it was two Google AI chatbots that were designed to be translation programs. It wasn't that they created a language so we couldn't understand them, just that they began to devolve and they, by accident, created a language and they were unable to communicate with their human users, not refusing to. Eventually, those programs were shut down. So it was just a failed experiment that didn't work right
Uh,
and inadvertently created a language that only those two bots could understand between the two of them. But didn't go anywhere. So thank God, no chatbots were like, "Hey, the humans are listening," and then be like, "Ooh, do I?"
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like you know what they're saying. So,
Right. Yeah. No. Can't. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
because
Said
I
no,
have
because I need to know what you say. No, because you got too much control over.
I have often believed, I've grown up around people that love horror movies and zombie flicks and stuff like that. We've all got friends that are just waiting for the day the zombie apocalypse breaks out. But
Mhm.
scientifically speaking, that's not likely to be possible. A robot
Right.
apocalypse is very possible, very feasible in our
Hmm.
lifetimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's not let the AI get out of control and let's be nice to it if it does get smart. We've all seen
Kindness goes a long way.
we've all seen war games, we've all seen the Matrix, we've all seen the Terminator franchise. I mean, how many man versus machine, man creates machine, machine gets intelligent and machine tries to kill man. How many times have we seen that story? I
Hmm.
mean, we just saw it 2 episodes of Star Trek, you
Right.
know. Return of the Archons and A Taste of Armageddon, two AI driven computers trying to control or eliminate people.
And do not get it don't get this twisted. Just because that these humans were able to escape it, um sometimes that's not going to be the case. Not all the time. Simply because the AI is going to be pretty much self-aware as to what its weaknesses are,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to eliminate those weaknesses. And there's not anything that you're going to be able to do about it. So,
No, no. If we're not careful, the next thing we know, there's going to be a replica of a human being standing next to us going, Gretchen unit, describe biological parasites and, infesting.
right,
Like straight out of, like, I've been sent by Vija. Where is the creator? Come on, no, 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 no. We
right.
don't want that. We don't want that.
The only way I think our only saving graces would be is if our robot replacements were similar in attitude to us, because then I know with my robot replacement, said, "Hey man, I'm gonna pack my I'm gonna take a 4 minute and 20-second break. How about you take one with me?" Said,
If
that
you are
sounds that sounds like a plan.
if you are mechanically capable of enjoying those sensations, let's do it. And then let's go play Dungeons and Dragons. You know,
Right.
do something
Said no, if
new.
it was me, it's like, come on, man. Not doing Dungeons and Dragons. Say, but hey man, come on, man. Let's go out and do something. Hey, go to play a game of golf. Or let's go out to the driving range. That sounds great.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, hey,
We be
you
hanging out.
you want to carry my stuff up the mountain for me? You want to go? Let's go. I
Right?
I I need
Like
okay. I
I
recant
mean,
everything. I now need an AI driven mechanical Sherpa.
right? And I'd have an AI mechanical me, and then we'd I get piggyback rides, and we do Star Wars reenactments where I be Yoda and he's Luke,
That would be
and
cool.
right,
Yeah, I mean,
and make him
it's
into
the
being a transformer.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of nerds, you just said Transformers. First thing that always pops into my head when it comes to the Transformers movies. They're in that room and there's the claw marks on the wall. And it's like, oh man, it's like Freddy Krueger went crazy. Nah, man, ain't Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger got four claws. That's Wolverine, man. That is exactly what I would do in a situation like that. Exactly what I would do. Like that is no, nah, man, no.
That's what I would do. Yeah, said no, man. That said Freddy Krueger has four. Said five if he uses thumb, but see that's going in the pattern, so he wouldn't be able to use his thumb. So that's only four. Obviously, it's Wolverine because there's only three. And besides,
Right.
look how they spaced. It's right in between the knuckles. So yeah, it's Wolverine, man.
Right in
Duh,
between. Yeah.
duh. You didn't know this like snake shit.
Oh, but man, I mean, AI is scary. AI is scary. I can't help but
Yeah,
just
and
worry.
just a simple fact is that in that whole episode, the AI took over essentially war until they were able to manage it themselves, but it's still AI assisted. Yeah. Mm.
So I'm checking here. Don't think we have any more evil computers on the docket for this season as we're closing in. This is This is the 23rd episode of Star Trek that we've reviewed from from the first season. Next week is going to be This Side of Paradise, and
This
that's the
side of
one with the isn't that's the one with the weird flowers that spray
that is with
the
the
petals and make you
when it
brainwashing.
sprays something in you, and then you become happy,
You become
just
happy and just don't want
happy,
to you just
and
want to
you
go
don't want
live your
to.
life and just
You just want to hang out there and enjoy the sun. Have a mint
yeah.
julep down by the creek. Walk through the forest. Have a mint julep down by the creek.
Yeah,
Don't.
that's an interesting episode in itself. And then after that, we'll follow up with Devil in the Dark. So that'll be the two episodes that we talk about 2 weeks from today on the Rules of Nerdquisition. Devil in the Dark, also featuring Osborne.
Osborne.
Where are you, Osborne?
He like ninja smoked us. Just
Oh my gosh. Hashtag Ninja Vanish. I mean,
Osborne ninja. Or are you Houdini? You're Houdini. I know you're Houdini. Osborne Houdini. Harold Osborne Houdini. We need you on this show.
yeah,
Ninja, throw down.
Harry Shinobi. I mean, come on, man.
We need you, ninja. Smoke your way up to the Zoom right now. Don't know how you're gonna get in, but you need your ninja smoke your way onto it. I don't know how.
But anyway, yeah, we've got some good episodes coming up. So that will be being that this is 23. We've got six more episodes. So that will wrap up season one of the Rules of Nerdquisition. We're almost there. I can't believe we've gotten this far. First season
Ah,
is coming to an end.
yeah.
Not that there'll be a huge break in between, probably just a standard 2 weeks. But hey, we're
But
jumping into
hey,
season two. We've we've got so much stuff to cover. And as we always say, we've got guests we're lining up guests to come on future episodes. Super excited about that. I kind of want to do maybe just an episode. I gotta do a fangirl about some BSG a little bit. I need a show to fangirl about some BSG. In between our break of shows today, I was making my tater tots, and I was just sitting there thinking like all these great casting decisions, storylines, acting, the special effects. I mean,
I was kind of thinking the same with I know we not talked about it, but either Eureka or a Warehouse 13. But I love Warehouse 13. I love Warehouse 13. Oh, that
absolutely.
was such a good show.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to find a way to really start covering some more material because I love Star Trek. Don't get me wrong. It's the basis for this show. It's what started us off. But I mean, I
But
really want to
yeah,
branch out and talk about so many other genres and stuff like that. You know,
because I mean, there's so many. I mean, between Star Trek, Star Wars, Helios, BSG, uh, Farscape, uh,
Babylon 5,
Babylon 5, yeah,
Stargate. That's
Stargate. You
that's
know,
a whole big universe in and of itself too. You got the movie, and then
yeah,
you got what one, two, at least three series. Stargate Atlantis. Must
Stargate, yeah, SG1, Atlantis, and SGU,
thank you. Yeah, can remember the name of the third one. But yeah,
and Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Doctor
So
Who.
yeah,
Maybe even just do singular episodes where we talk about like I'm not going to go back and review like all of the original Space 1999s or Lost in Space, although we certainly could talk about the Netflix remake of Lost in Space, which I thought was fantastic. Um,
right, yeah.
The Expanse is fantastic. I mean, there's, oh,
Expanse is a really good show too. Such a great show.
we have our work cut out for us. So Paramount, Anybody
Paramount,
else?
we gonna need you to step up, Paramount. Okay,
Any other providers to
since
throw us some money so that we can, so I can quit my job and do this full time?
all right, because
I'll just,
Paramount, again, we need you to step up. We're stepping up. We need you to step up.
yeah.
You know,
And we not only do this show, I'm on two other shows. You're on one, two, three other shows that I'm aware of.
yeah.
So
So I mean, that's and we do have a radio station and be nonstop advertisement. I'm just saying, Paramount, Paramount, Paramount Plus.
yes, come on. We are going to need some assistance so that we can make this really, really work for everybody. We have so much to talk about. But yes, definitely I think maybe we'll just extend our first season by throwing in a few different episodes off the beaten path. Maybe we'll just do a BSG love letter episode, but we'll definitely talk about
Mhm.
multiple episodes, if not the entire series down the road. And we'll have a guest episode coming up, hopefully. Just waiting for the final scheduling on that booking.
Yeah. Waiting on
I don't have
confirmation.
I don't
And we
have
got some guests
anything
coming. So yeah, just waiting on some confirmations.
I don't have anything to add to the debrief. I think we pretty much covered it. The AI is horrifying. I'm
Correct.
terrified by it. I'm terrified by it. If even though I understood as a kid that you should experience the horrors of war and not play it like a video game, when I first saw this episode and people were being led away to death chambers, I'm like, that scared me. That scared me. It's something,
Yeah.
very real fear I deal with today, not necessarily because we're at war with some other planet and we're in some simulated war game, but all discriminations and stuff and people that hate marginalized groups, as you and I both represent different ones. And those thoughts are scary. Do you have anything
Yes.
else you would like to add?
Oh, I've been preaching my fear of AI for a very, very long time. So I'm going to keep preaching my fear of AI. Um, Even though I see clearly how it is evolving and continually to evolve to the point of where things are going to get spread out and rumors are going to start and things are going to happen that it is absolutely false. I mean, we so far I've seen AI ads, political ads, and I knew they were coming.
Yeah.
And again, if you're not paying attention, closely to it, they will fool you because people they put in a lot of work and a lot of money. So they're guaranteed it's going to they they're on a mission and they have a plan. AI is a
Don't
strong
don't
part of that plan,
don't
and I'm so scared of it.
don't say that. They have a
But
plan. Oh my God. Oh, the plan.
but
The plan is
yes,
a terrifying that
it
first
is a very
30
terrifying plan.
the first 30 minutes of that movie, that side BSG side. Oh my God. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. But anyways, I end the show as I always do. Please keep your triple spayed and neutered. Take care. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. See you, folks.